Good morning everybody and welcome to another Sunday Q and A. Here we are again, another week on the exchange. This week, weirdly, hit my target every day. Pretty much bang on my target every day, which was bizarrely unsatisfying because, you know, I didn't have any stinkers, but I didn't have any sort of pearl days, any wonder days, and yeah, it was weird. Maybe I'm getting greedy, I don't know. So, but yeah, it hasn't been a bad week and it has been difficult. So there we go. Right, this week's questions. Here we go. First question, that's on the wrong bit, isn't it? So I'll give that a little wobble over. There we go. Very professional setup, this. It's a selfie stick stuck in a bottle of Jacob's Creek. Yeah, I'm practically the BBC. Robert Reynolds, alcohol drops. Do you need ADR or do you need special insurance? Robert, as far as I know, mate, no. I've run various different alcohol drops. I've run them for HPC and they are shippers and they're a professional firm, and I believe they would turn around and they would tell me if I needed it. ADR, I believe you only need if you've got to handle like toxic goods, dangerous substances, explosive substances. And as for insurance, the way I look at it, you drop a case of wine, it's going to be a lot cheaper than dropping a kiddie machine. So no, as far as I know, I've run many alcohol drops. If someone knows otherwise, you want to inform me, let me know if I'm doing something wrong. Like I say, I'm new to this. But no, alcohol drops, they're just like anything else. Just pick them up, deliver them. You know, normally pick them up from, like, you know, sort of a unit and then deliver to a pub, I find, or a hotel tends to be what they are, and they're relatively straightforward, a lot of those. So there we go. And he also says about Brexit, B word. Not going to get into politics. Bless him. He said if it goes through, he won't be able to take his dog abroad anymore because it means, like, you know, I'd have to organise it months in advance. And as we all know with the CX, jobs don't come months in advance, they come minutes in advance. I'll be honest with you, I think with the Brexit thing, I think it's kind of like anything. I think we all will just have to cross that bridge when we come to it. As and when it happens, rules will come into place and then we will adapt. A bit like when they turn around, they say, it's congestion zone, you've got to pay. So you end up putting the app on your phone or you end up setting yourself up for auto pay. And then they go, it's ULEZ, you've got to pay. And you realise that you're already set up for it. Or they turn around and they say, you need this vehicle to, you know, I was told that I needed to get a catalytic converter fitted to my lorry if I wanted to go into the ULEZ a million years ago. So I did. I spent £4,000 getting a cat put on my lorry. It could have been £4,000, but about £1,000 I think it was. For the lorry went worth £4,000, and that was painful, but that's what we do. They turn around and say you can't do this anymore, and we go, okay. So yeah, I think we're just going to have to suck it and see on that one, my friend. But I don't imagine it's going to affect us for any time yet. You know, between now and then, you know, like with a lorry, who knows? Jonathan Simpson, PODs. Do you need it? So there's a thing on the CX website that says PODs need to be done in triplicate. Well, I tell you what, I had a duplicate book, which is that Ocean Publishing book, which you can get on Amazon. It's about $6.99. And as far as I'm concerned, you don't even need a triplicate. You don't even need a duplicate. You just need one. Your POD is your signed receipt, and as long as that gets to the shipper, and then the shipper can send it to the customer, once the customer's got it, he knows the job's been done, he knows it's been delivered, then he'll pay you, and then the shipper will pay you. I always do photocopies. What I will do in the future, I'm going to print off the PODs. If you need the PDF, when I refine where I've done with it, get onto me and I'll send it across to you. And what I do with all my invoice and my accounts is every Saturday I photocopy all of my PODs, and then on the back of them I write the invoice number and I put them in a drawer. And then I staple the original POD to the invoice and I send the invoices off. So actually this was a question from someone else. Yeah, it was a question earlier on, and he said, do you just do the digital or do you do the hard copy? I do the digital and I do the hard copy. I've had one guy turn around and said, don't send me both. A few people have actually expressly said, don't send me it. If they say, don't send me it, you might even take your time to get paid. But no, I said, otherwise, pretty much all I do, I send a digital one across on the CX, and then I send a hard copy with the original POD that I photocopied in the post, and I do that on a Saturday. And that works for me. I get paid and no one complains. So, but I'm going to do another video on this hopefully next week. So I've got a new printer now. I was using the library, but now we've got a new printer. The ink's cheap, and you know, time is precious. You know, I've got to go to the library, come back from the library now. I can do it all upstairs. But I'm going to show you how it works hopefully next week, because I think I'm getting it off to more of a fine art. Who am I trying to kid? Danny Thomas. Oh yeah, Danny Thomas is after a pump truck. So if anyone's got a pump truck out there that they want to sell or want to get rid of, do me on the comments. You can get me through Messenger, you can get me through Facebook, although I don't really go on it very much because I'm too busy looking for jobs. If you want to get in touch with me, the best way is to put it on the comments. Put it on a comment on the bottom of a new video, because I read them and I'll read them on a Sunday. That's how I work out what questions to do for the Q and A, to say what's been on people's mind this week. But I kind of thought about this. I kind of thought, I'm missing a trick here. I thought there's probably a load of people out there that have got equipment that they no longer want, need or use, and there's probably people out there that have got equipment they need. So it's kind of like Swap Shop. I could be Noel Edmonds. I could start wearing multicoloured jumpers and maybe grow my beard a bit more again. But yeah, so if you need anything, put something on the comment. And if you've got something you want to get rid of, put it on the comment. And if what I'll do is I'll just get the two of you together. You can sort it out between each other, work out a price, work out a meeting time, whatever. If it helps everybody, world's a better place, isn't it? There we go. Danny Richardson asked me a question. Is it worth getting the van converted over to LPG? It's an interesting question, Danny. I don't know. I know that I've spoken to taxi drivers before, and I've spoken to other people before, and everybody who's had the conversion has said that it saves them an absolute fortune. And it's a really weird thing, because although it saves us a fortune, and because we're all clued in, and because we're running all the time, and yet of all the career firms that I've ever done, and all the people that I've ever worked with, I've never actually come across one yet who's had the van converted to LPG. I presume it works fine with the engine. It probably adds a little bit of weight on board, but then if it's going to save you a fortune on fuel, that's probably not the end of the world. So the truth of the matter is, I don't know. You could be the first one to try it and let me know. Or if anyone out there has got an LPG van, or knows someone's running an LPG van, let me know. Let me know if there's any pitfalls. Let me know if it saves a fortune. It's an interesting question to put into. I mean, how much does the thing take up? And does it go in the back, or does it go underneath? And does it take up load space? I imagine it goes underneath, but I don't know. Let's see if anyone comes back to us on that. If they do, I'll stick it on next Sunday. Jonathan Swift, whose terms matter with waiting time, yours or the shipper's? The truth of the matter is, it's negotiable. If you haven't put weight, you've got to put waiting time on your CX on your on the home screen. I mean, I put mine down as £25 an hour, which is optimistic. If you're in I'm a Luton. If you're in a long wheelbase or smaller van, £15 an hour. Small van, maybe £10 an hour. But at the end of the day, it's kind of negotiable. Some of the jobs ping up and they go, we don't pay waiting time. That always scares me, because if I get there and drive all the way there, so you've got to wait an hour, I'm like, I'm just killing time, then, aren't I? A lot of the time, I find it's negotiable, and it also depends on how much they want you to wait. I had an airport job once where I was coming out of Heathrow and I had to go to Birmingham, and the stuff wasn't ready for 2 hours. And I said to the guy, he said, just wait. He said, don't matter, just wait, we'll pay. And I went, well, I charge £25 an hour, so I don't care. As long as we get the job there tonight. So they must have been getting good money on their side, so that they can include it on my side. It kind of depends. A lot of the time you talk to people and you put a bid in. I've done it with some of my regular customers, and they go, I haven't got that much money on the job. At which point you kind of go, why not? But it's all negotiable. I think what tends to happen normally, a lot of times, say my waiting time's £25 an hour, and they go, oh, that's a bit steep. I had a guy once, I told this, and he said, I'll meet you in the middle, 15 or something. And he said, will you take 10? I said, how's 10 in the middle of 25? I said, I'll already give you a £10 discount, so you paid me the 15. He was a nice guy. So anyway, it's kind of like I say, it's kind of, you have to work that one out. Every job is different on that one. So, right. Oh, yeah, I forget who posted this. I didn't write it down. I beg your pardon. I did a thing, other ways to make money other than the courier exchange, other things you can sign up for. You can sign up for City Sprint. You can go on the Shipley website. They post loads on the Shipley website. Like I say, you can go on. You can put a card in the local news agents. You can put it on your Facebook thing. You can put it on family and friends. And a guy, and I do apologise for not writing your name down. He said there's another couple you can sign on to. There's one called www.shed5.co.uk. Apparently they post loads. And he said Royal Mail Same Day also post loads. It's a £30 sign-up fee, but as far as I know, it's a one-off fee, and then you get the app and they track you, and presumably it's a bit like City Sprint. They'll ring you, they'll go, we got this job, it's worth this much money, do you want it? Like I say, I just use the exchange. I tend to get my regular customers that supply me with regular jobs, and then I use the exchange for backloads. And sometimes I use exchange to get proper loads, and also I've used the exchange was one that got me my regular customers in the first place. The truth of the matter is, I think when you're starting, particularly, you sign up for as much and do as much as you can, any way you can, just scattergun it, hit everything, and then hopefully after a while it will start to settle down and you'll get your regular ones. But like I said, the exchange don't ask you to be exclusive. Having said that, I would always recommend going on the exchange, because as far as I understand, it's the only one that's actually live. It's the only one where you can be in a place and you go, right, I'm empty, no one's phoning me, go on the app and go, well, look, there's a job coming out and it's not far away from me. So it's very handy for that. And if you only do one job, if you do 2 jobs a month, it pays for itself. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't get anything off them. I'm not the poster boy, but at the same time, I do these videos kind of plugging the exchange because it's really helped me. So hopefully it will help you too. Lloyd J. Do you post delivery notes? That's it. Lloyd, I've already answered that question earlier on. That was, yeah, do I post delivery notes? Yes, I do both, as I said earlier on in the video, and I'll be doing a video on that hopefully next week. Jonathan Simpson. Should you bid on jobs for any size van? Yes. The truth of the matter is, when you finish a job, go onto the app and go down. If you're in a Luton, I always look for Lutons first, because you'll get more money in a Luton. A Luton I can quote 110, 120, even 130 a mile. If you've got a curtain side, you'll easily get 130 a mile. And then you go, well, okay, well, there's nothing for a Luton, or there is a Luton job, but it's 55 minutes away. Then there's a job on there that's a long wheelbase van, it's 2 minutes away, or 5 minutes away, or even half an hour away, but it's heading in the right direction. So I'd then ring up on the long wheelbase job and I'd quote them £1 a mile, 90p a mile if I wanted to go in that direction. But yeah, I mean, I've done jobs before. I once had to take a doll's house from Deptford over to, it was somewhere near Exeter. And I didn't do the job, Tony got me the job. But as Tony said, he said, sometimes you're better off doing small van jobs going a distance, because you're going to get a decent amount of money on it. And if you can get them for 70p a mile, maybe 75p a mile, and you know that you're in the right direction, better to do that than to go and try and get a job. And also you bear in mind the big advantage with small van jobs, they load quickly and they tip quickly. You can get a Luton job, I could get out there, it might be furniture or something, it might take me half an hour to load it. Small van job, box in the corner. So, yeah, but you'll work it out.